Yo, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Out to the Round Table. My name is Mello. It's Friday. I need some positive vibes. I need some Friday vibes. Let's end this week in a high note. Can we do that? Can I do that? Can you do that? Let's share that. Let's share that energy. I'm hurting. It's 3 p.m. I'm sipping Joe. Full cup. Adult-sized cup of coffee. For a child at heart. Damn, man. Phew. I don't know what happened. Chill boy is drained. But in a good way. Let me turn on this fan. Okay. Alright. We in there. Alright. So, today's Freeform Friday. Midday art attack. We can do whatever we want. We can draw, we can ink, we can paint. I still don't know what I want to do. I might do some drawing. I've been feeling inspired on perspectives. Drawing in perspective using my cheat grid. See that? Really difficult to see with the glare around me, but it's been helping. Show you guys some of the stuff that I did this maybe a couple weeks back. I still haven't sent it to Chuck. I don't know why I've been hesitant. I thought I had one more in me. One more good Iron Man Bob Layton, and maybe I still do, so that's the only reason why I've been holding back not giving this to Chuck for him to ink. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna wait one more weekend and see what happens. I gotta work on on Tony's mug. Poor dude. Anyway, what are we gonna do today? What are we gonna do? Let me just move this camera over, because, there you go. That's better for me. It's better for you. It's better for us. Bam, blank sheets. So, this was from from a couple weeks ago. On one of my Wednesday workshops, we just started talking about perspective drawings and shapes. How you doing, Ike? Good evening, sir. How you doing, brother? DW. My peoples, my party people, my energy crew. DW, I need energy. I'm hurting here, kid. I am on empty. Jay Neer, how are you? What's up, guys? What's up, party people? This was let me answer your question first before I get rude on you. How was my week? My week has been fantastic. It really has been. Creatively fulfilling, spiritually fulfilling. I have enjoyed the days here. I think so much so. I am exhausted today. I am exhausted at this moment. So I'm really happy that you guys came on. I was 50-50, man. I was on the wire if I was going to come on today or not. It's just a really weird feeling I was having. A battle of the jitters and the doubts. And I'm like, what the heck is all that for? Get out of here. Get. But, it's good to see you guys. It's like having my homies come by. I appreciate you. Energy, I'm already feeling my energy levels feeling, man, so I appreciate you guys. DW says, I just finished a study group where people got distracted from their own projects and started drawing caricatures of each other, so perhaps you should try that. That is legit. That's funny. That's kind of cool. Drawing characters of each other. Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, the stuff that I was feeling was not creative. right? It wasn't because of anything I was feeling. I actually feel really inspired and really encouraged. I'm sorry, I keep moving stuff over. I actually have a couple of books coming tomorrow for me. One of them is How to Render in Pen and Ink by Arthur L. Guptill. Guptill? Or Juptill? I don't know if the G is soft or hard, but it's Arthur L. And I'm really going to start diving in on textures. Let me lower that. Textures and form and all that stuff, and I can't wait to do it and start tweaking my mind away. With ink, man, and just, I can't wait. And I gotta share this with you guys. My son, my oldest, bought me this thing. It's supposed to be for my art supplies. He bought me a mini toolbox here. Beautiful candy apple red toolbox with 2 mini shelves. I'm gonna start putting my brushes. I already got my pencils in here. Got my homie here. So thank you, heir apparent. So yeah, my homie, man, my eldest. Put that aside. Hopefully I would put all my stuff in there. Yeah, I thought it was cute. And it's a toolbox, so it's very manly. You already know. Thank you, the art gremlins, man. Now there's only myself to blame if anything gets lost. But yeah, man, I thought it was nice. Anyway, where was I? So, creatively inspired, all this good stuff. My story's ready. I wanted to... My music too loud? Hold on, guys. My producers whispered in my ear. Gotta lower the tunes. Is that better? Thank you to my lovely producer. Appreciate you. Hopefully you guys can hear me better. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put way too much stuff in here. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. Anyway, we was talking about dynamic compositions and perspective earlier this week. It was kind of like the theme of the week, even though I was doing portraits, which still counted, and they still count when it comes to dynamic compositions and proportions. So, I think she just didn't like the music. That's not my producer, but hey, she's the boss. And this was the first sketch I did off camera just to try to get a feel of foreground, midground, and background. Didn't quite work out. I had a vision of a detective getting his man in the middle of a shootout, and this was supposed to be a train. They were going to be in a train yard, so that's what the idea was. I'm gonna tell y'all right now that How to Draw Marvel the comics way. Hold on. Let's take 2. How to Draw Comics the Marvel way. That pistol specifically is using the specifically using the methods in that How to Draw Comics book. Yeah, man, I wanted to. So anyway, that was the idea. I had the vision in my head, and I was like, let me see if I can get this on paper, and somewhat successful. And that foreground really is what pushed the next piece, which is something that you guys saw me work on Wednesday, which is the Bane versus Batman Nightfall tribute. And I did some tweaking off camera. Art tweaking off camera. This arm I did off camera when I first drew it, and that was kind of like my foreground and my basis. You guys, DW was around when I started doing Batman here and the other different poses. I kind of changed it, as you can see. Off camera, of course, so I cheated. I kind of like the battered look. I gave him a swollen eye. He's really beat up, but I wanted to show that Bane didn't just, he destroyed him, right? Because that was the whole point of that storyline. The leg, thank you. Oh my lord, the leg was killing me. And I reset the arm. His arm was broken in the last shot. It just didn't feel right. It still looks like it's dislocated. I put in some work here. And anybody out there that's a inker, digital or otherwise, who's interested in trying to ink this piece, hit me up in the chat, hit me up in the DMs. We'll find a way to get this thing to you. I'll scan it in if I have to. You let me know, man. That's something that'd be kind of cool to do. To share the workload, guys. Because I don't know if I can ink it. I would love to ink this, but I'm not done with it. Which is why that book that's coming in tomorrow is going to be really helpful. I went into my Rolodex of mental pictures of stone and crickle craggles, stalactites, that type of stuff, and rust and craters, and I want to fill this thing up with so much detail. I want to fill this thing up with so much just shenanigans that but I'm happy with it. And I'm actually really happy about being able to start a piece, get it to a certain point that day, and set it aside. I think so far I have done maybe 6 hours of work. I don't really count the hours, but I usually work my ebb and flow has been about 2 hours. So I'm really happy about this. I love that arm. If I can critique myself, even though it makes no sense, that forearm is too small as opposed to, but what I love about it is that it doesn't need to make sense. I encourage you guys, don't make sense. Make art. One of the things that I was really taking in and really trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? The path I was really wanting to take is what I felt from these old guys that I've been studying lately. The Busemas, the Alcalas, the Dizuniga, this guy here, I'm sorry. Alfredo Alcala, all these great artists and inkers that you accept what they put on you. You accept the type of texturing. So, can I show you guys something? This thing is nice. Ooh, cool. Ooh. What I actually really appreciate about this piece is the lady's dress or whatever this is. I wish I can do cape like that. I give good cape. Anyway, so if this is my world, creators, if that is your world, then I have to accept what you show me as fact. It doesn't matter what kind of baggage I bring in. That's not what an arm's supposed to look like. That's not what... Sorry, nobody asked you, right? You as the creator have to inform me visually, and how you confidently go, nah bruh, that's a tricep, shoulders up there, that's his weird elbow, those are his gross forearms, that's what it looks like. That's something that's really been feeding into my creative process lately. Stop trying to make it look like somebody else's, and stop worrying about it being acceptable to somebody else. You, as the creator, as the artist. Nah, man, my clouds look like marshmallows, my grass looks like tree trunks. That's what it looks like in this world. Do it. So a lot of that stuff, I've been really, for drawing and doing all this stuff for so long. When people ask, how long you been drawing or how you been doing this, and I actually give them the numbers 30 plus years, the number doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me because of how excited I am about learning and breaking certain creative boundaries that I've had in my mind about what's acceptable and what isn't, and mixing realism and non-realism and all of these things that we love about art and creating and stylized art or somebody's style. And it's just been like I've been in a whirlwind of emotions. So I don't know. Thank you guys for the energy. It could be this coffee, it could be you guys. It's all of it. And every time I introduce something that I have neglected or bypassed or jumped over, either because of necessity or laziness, or I don't like that I don't do it, or I don't like that I haven't been able to do that, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to draw feet syndrome, right? I'm going to just put debris. I'm going to put his cape over that thing. As an adult, I'm going to be doing in quotes, as an adult, an artist and an adult, to be able to go back and go, man, you did yourself a disservice, Mel, for not studying some of these things that were boring. I'm going to be using a lot of this rock and roll quotes, right? And I go, if only, but I can't do that. We can't go back in time. We can go, all we can do is move forward. So let's move forward. And it's never a bad thing to learn something new. Even, unfortunately, if that thing is bad. So, that's other people's. This is mine. So this actually I was doing today while I was trying to figure out what to do today. I sat here just kind of flim-flamming. Do a lot of flim-flamming. Is one of my characters. His name is Katsu. Katsu. He's one of my characters, not a main character early on, but he's one of the I have maybe 10 key characters in my story. The Ghost of Arlon, the siblings Ifo and Enix, and their uncle Kelbray, their father Morn, the King Turtel of Arlen, and the Ghost, and their mother Dala, and Katsu, and Ifo's partner Barian, and the twins Ninro and Orin. I can't wait to show you guys Ninro and Orin when I start putting those guys on paper. The healer, Valero. And then there's Katsu. In this scene here, in this shot here, this is actually, I'm going to save this because I actually like the way it came out. And I was doing an homage to something that Todd McFarlane does in his comic, where the person that's given exposition or story takes on half of the page, and the stuff that he's given exposition or story about is superimposed inside of his shadow or silhouette. Lucky for me, my character has dark hair. So that's what this thing is. And even though I have it written on paper, what the story is, now this gives me an idea of what revelations I'm going to put in these squares. And it makes me happy. Even hiding that other foot, the form of that cape looks awesome. Thank you. I'm bringing it back out. I gotta learn, DW, how to give cape. I gotta learn how to give good cape. I wanted the heaviness. I wanted everything to have a story, an emotional story, and a weight. I wanted his cape to look ragged and heavy on him. A bit of him. It's a bit of Batman's weighing down on him, and it's kind of like sticking on it. I wanted to show dimensionality and heaviness on the wall, so the cape is kind of like, you can see it. The weight of the I didn't do his ears as long as we was talking about, we're hoping for, but I gave it just enough curve where everything is just limp. Everything is just hurting. He looks like he's in pain. And that was the whole point. I made the eye smaller, swollen. But one thing that I wanted to show and make sure that he was not giving up. He will pass out. He was stone cold Steve Austin in the ring. He'll pass out before anything. The original Jimbo Slice. What's up, man? R.I.P. Kimbo. Jimbo Slice. How you doing, brother? All right, we're moving along. So that's what this was. This was my homage to Todd McFarlane, and it's so funny because I can't tell you what page number this is going to be or anything like that, but I knew I wanted it in there, so I'm gonna keep this in here. All I have on the top is Katsu Explains, today's date, TGOA, The Ghost of Arlan, and I can't wait to get there. I'm going to be doing a lot of homaging in my story. Who wouldn't? From everything from covers and images and stuff like that. I'm actually looking at right now a cover. I have too many computers. Of the Silver Surfer number 3. That's how long ago this was. From, I wish I could tell you the year. I cannot. It's definitely in the 70s, maybe 80s. By John Buscema, and it has the character Mephisto. He's holding a woman. I'm assuming it's Norrin Rod's wife. What was her name? Her name was what the heck was her name? Doesn't matter. Who cares? But what I want to do is I want to superimpose my hero and villains on that. Maybe that's something I'll do today. And that's it. So like I said, today's freeform. We could either keep drawing on that. I could keep painting my characters. This is my character, Ifo Mion's daughter. I haven't finished any since Wednesday. You can tell from the glare. That is the naked canvas. But what's happening is that I kind of like the way that hair looks. 1968, thank you. Man, for real, 1968. Holy smokes. What a beautiful cover. Man. "58 years old." You see me taking a pause to do the math. 5. Carry the 1. So I'm thinking of I don't know if I want to keep it this way. I kind of like it. It doesn't need to be completed. It just needs to be. It was another mellowism today. So I'm going to set that aside. So I might end up painting her brother today. Or I might just draw something. What do you guys feel like? You guys want to draw something today? You want to draw? Want to paint? What do you want to do? You want to go to jail? You want to go home? Anybody? Or I could start a new drawing. I was thinking of doing Kelbray, the uncle, the captain. Wow. My cat likes that. Wow. Oh no, I gotta be cool. I drew a berserk of guts, right? I don't know what I needed my knife for, but I snapped it open, and when it opened, I put a hole right in the center of my drawing. All right, let's draw the uncle. Let's draw the uncle. Owie, sorry. There's something I've been really searching for as an artist, right? I follow certain creators that try to help people build their brand or build their niche or build just their base and stuff like that. And I think one way that'll set me apart, besides being able to paint and all that stuff, is drawing and painting on these artboards. What's up, Saboteur? How you doing? Happy Friday. How you doing? All right, so. Ooh, no mustache. He, remember we shaved his mustache, DW? It's just a bald dude with a beard. He is all of us. All right. All right. Get my, yeah, you remember. So it was this guy right here, and we shaved his beard. Sabo, did you use an AI picture for your Facebook profile, bro? I saw the picture today, like, wait a minute. I ain't trying to blow you up. Also, I need your help. I need your help on something. I have this thing, my mind is earwigging me about a 2-page spread. And it's going to be, and I need to know where I have to do the cuts to abut the pages. Oh, you know what? I think one of these is vellum. Oh, it's 2 pages. Yeah, remember the mustache? I couldn't quite get the mustache right, so we shaved it off. To abut the pages, do I cut the paper on that end trim line? This piece right here? No. So it says cut right hand page at this line. So I'm gonna cut all the way on that trim, and then cut this one in the same line so that I can put them together like this, right? Match the arrows. Like remember the Mad magazines? Right? You let me know. I'll wait for your answer. I'll wait with bated breath. So the idea, guys, is going to be 2-page spread. And what I want to do is going to be 3 panels. 3 panels, full page. Our hero is going to be running towards us, around, and then meeting the ghost of Arlon right here. There's going to be a soldier in the bottom left. So I need to tweak my 2-point perspective, because there's going to be an alleyway, the building in the center, or a cottage that's on fire because their village is being attacked. Around the corner. It's super ambitious for a guy who's never done it, but I have to think that way. Bam, bam. The reveal. Her kind of like skidding in place. I wish you guys could see it. So, running towards the camera. There's going to be captions of all the intensity. Middle shot. Beautiful hero shot of the hero in full glory, racing to action. Third shot, sliding into place. A hulking villain, almost like she's running and not knowing how big. She just knows she needs to get there. You know what I'm saying? So I need your help on where to. I have an idea. But if you can help me figure out those 2 lines, where to cut, credit you. Alright, we're gonna draw the old man here. And then maybe on Monday I'll do the ghost. The ghost of Arlon has two looks. The noseless, just tar zombie from the Return of the Living Dead. Any Return of the Living Dead heads here? You guys know what I'm talking about. Brains. And then one with armor, which is what she's going to face. Alright, what is happening with all these beeps? One sec. Alright. We done talking? Half an hour? We haven't lifted a lead yet. I'm gonna follow you guys. The brother's up here. He's too handsome. He looks like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Looks and according to Sabo, young Sabo, 19-year-old Sabo, last name Tour. What else am I getting? So the stuff that I'm getting tomorrow, I am going to be receiving my how to render in pen and ink. I want to draw him real quick before I put him on that. You know what I end up doing, DW, which is kind of messed up? I do that. I visually earwig. And then you go, damn. That does look like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Even to this day, because that kid does not age. I think he's, what, in his 30s? 40s? Alright, let me see if I could just get the Unk. You know, I feel bad for Unk. Unk is a lot of us. The way I wrote him, Kelbray. Kelbray is... He is... after the disappearance of his brother, the father of our heroes here, he had taken leadership responsibilities. In this place, in this village, there's no real, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily democratic, but it's not necessarily a monocratic. What the hell am I talking about? There's no kings or anything like that. You're not voted in. It's just kind of like one of those, if you show leadership capabilities and your decision making is really helpful to the village, then bruh, you're the leader. I'm just trying to get a vibe here for Anku. And he took over. And Uncle here, one of his main things is that he's always felt like he was in the shadow of his brother. And I wanted to, look, I gave him a big old nose? No. I wanted to play with certain tropes, certain realistic tropes. His is jealousy, but kind of like a misplaced jealousy, blinded by it, in the sense that he can't see how much the people in this place love him and appreciate him and care for him and respect him. Like, no matter what he does, in his mind, he feels as if he's second best, right? It's almost like almost like body dysmorphia, but externally, he just doesn't people say, man, you're thanks, man. I could have done it without you. And when they leave, it's like, yeah, whatever. I know they could. They're just saying that, But he cares for his people. So it's one of those things that he has made decisions out of unwarranted of selfishness, and just like, why would you do that, man? Why would you be that way if people care for you? And it's a very sad thing, because I've seen that in certain people. Where you go, why would you do that? You don't need to be like your brother. You don't need to be like your sister. You're unique the way you are. People care for you the way you are. You don't have to be like your cousin. You don't have to be like so-and-so. Sure, you don't even have to be like your dad. And we do things, and we base certain decisions in our life based on what other people would do. Or, we always hear, oh, what would Jesus do? Or what would they do? What this would do? And he has made certain decisions regarding the peace in this village. Things that he felt he needed to do. He's a little heavy. Oh yeah, we dug the eyebrows. One of the things that I've really been enjoying is kind of this free-form creative process of talking about the character while drawing the character, because they feel like they come alive in front of you. Alright, so anyway. So he has made decisions based on way he thinks to make himself unique, and he's made decisions that, unfortunately, it may not be in the end popular when revealed. But everything he's done in the benefit of these people, his people. Or so he thinks. So when our heroes here, when they're old enough, to make the decision of, we need to find out what happened to our dad. We need to find out if he is dead, fine. He's been dead 10 years. We need to find out how they got to him. Our dad is freaking the G's Conan. Nobody can sneak up on him. Nobody can do that to him. He's not Conan. I'm just using that as an example to sell the character. Nick Q asked me, who is he? This he is my own character by the name of Kelbray. Is part of a dark fantasy story that I am building. The story is done, so the characters are just being fleshed to life as we speak in real time. I'm just trying to make them uniquely different yet similar, people that we may recognize, and it's something about somebody always. Yeah. Where was I? So yeah, he's made decisions kind of like that unfortunately brought peace, but also brought angst and guilt and just these certain things. Oh, thank you, Nick. Appreciate you. So when the siblings finally tell him, hey man, we need to find out. We ain't not asking permission anymore. We're old enough. We need to find out what happened. We need closure. And he's like, okay. And there's certain truths and certain lies and certain things that he has done that now he feels kind of some type of way. There's an air of mystery and aware of certain just from his behavior. You go, there's something kind of weird about this guy. But it's all part of the story. It's all part of certain psyches. You know, there's people that have act like a guilty party, even though they've never done anything. You're like, what are you so nervous for? Like every time we drive and we see cops behind us, so oh man, the cops are around. Why do you care? Where you hiding the guns? The pew pews. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? This air of so. But just them asking, or just them saying, yeah, we are going to start investigating, he feels like, oh crap, am I not good enough? Is the jig up? Is this, that, and the other? And instead of him feeling with this air of guilty conscience, they actually ask him for help. To say more will reveal too much. That nose is too big, isn't it? That's the one thing I'm going to have to work on, guys, is getting consistent looks. I know that for these, I am going all out. These are my hero portraits. These are the ones that will fully articulate what these characters look and feel to me. When I start doing the stories, they're never going to be that detailed. So, but I need to have them have that appearance. At least as long as if I can get the character right and get the emotions portrayed the way I want to, then that's all that matters to me. So, he has brokered a peace deal with one of their rival villages that that's been successful. And he feels that might be threatened because of the way these kids are asking questions, or his implied guilt. It's always the uncle, though, isn't it? So his squire, I don't know what they call him, his squire, what did I call him? I think I wrote squire, but it's not really what I meant. His steward? Is this guy, Katsu. So, I'm playing with tropes about people, how we look at untrustworthy people, or the way they're normally drawn. This guy is really skinny and gaunt, sharp features, so you go, oh, he's snake-like, but soon you realize how tragic he is. That type of stuff. The people who possibly killed the father? Yes. So those two, the village of Zorn and and Arlen, were constantly in battle. These people, the Zorn, my heroes, they're kind of like Norsemen, Viking-like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Zazu. No, or his if not Zazu, it'll be his Iago. The Iago to his Jafar. Yes, so they've brokered a peace deal. So to him, he goes, well, they're threatening that now. They're threatening the stuff that brought us peace. And like, no, man, relax. Like, you see, there's certain things about him. You jumping the gun, man. You don't even know. So anyway, I'm gonna sow certain seeds of doubt. All will be revealed. But as frumpy as he looks, he is a powerhouse. These are all like inhumanly strong people. Some that, you know, they're racing, even the people there in that town. So I gotta show you guys. I'm like, I am not messing around here. I just started with these things. So I got my notes in here about story structure. I know it looks like gibberish right now, and most of it is really quickly and free-handed. I broke down my story, which I recounted, and it's 16 chapters. 16 chapters. I don't know if that would be 16 issues or something like that, if we was thinking about a comic book format and release, which I'm really not thinking that way. I'm just thinking of the story. So I have it in my three acts. And the funniest thing is that I don't know the right way to do this, and I definitely don't know the wrong way to do it. Boys, I don't know the wrong way, and I definitely don't know the right way, but I'm doing it some way. So I'm trying to spill out as much information as I have in me to on paper, so I can look at it. Anyway, 3 acts: our intro, our time jump, our hero's journey, the question, what happened to Dad, what's going on, and then their request for assistance from Anku ends in a cliffhanger and some revelations. Act 2, which is where this piece is from. After certain things are revealed, and he has to spill the beans. If I say too much, I can't. And then the final battle in that village, and everything that comes to pass. And what I ended up doing was I wrote down all the different locales and scenes, because I went in there and like, man, I repeat the same locales several times. It's very small theater play, basically. The kid's homestead in the past, and then time jump to the present time, where they hang out in the village, where it has an inn, a healer's cottage there, where they stay, the ruined homestead. I think they go through a summer and a winter and a spring. So those same village locales with snow, and so on and so forth. So I'm writing down the places that I would have to really cement, really do it right, and then I can put them through some time lapse. So hey, yeah, here's my map. The whole arc, or the whole, I don't even know what to call it. It's the tome. It's the elder lands of Benison. Benison is important because Benison is the mineral, the gems, the stone, the moat, the lava that flows underneath them is grace that's been corrupted into brimstone, which is causing all of this. Ugh. This was fun to do. I've never done anything like that. I was looking at a bunch of stuff. Again, if you can tell where my influences lie, every Savage Conan, or every Conan book has a map. So I'm like, that's freaking cool. It doesn't even have to be accurate. That's not even. But you have to be consistent and stay in your lane. Do what you got to do. And so the main places, the homestead, the village, the Arlen. Can you guys see that? Bam. The southern sea, the western deep, the shattered coast, the sunken shores. I don't know what any of that stuff means. It just sounds nice. Nope, this is just water. So up here is the frost march. So it's supposed to be snowy and icy up here. So anything that the frost, when it melts, creates these little lakes, and these are the roads. It's very rough. The Ashen Wasteland, the Tower of Turtel, that's the king. These are Criggle Craggles and plateaus. But yeah, mainly lakes, rivers and lakes, and then a long path. That's it. Didn't do anything else? No. This world building is bananas. And keep him close. Looks like I tamed his eyebrows here. Banana wine? That's kind of cool. I don't know if I can do that. So you know it exists, but you haven't tasted it. I don't know if I can do that. I know I said that already, but banana wine, bruh. So yeah, the our uncle here, there's a tragicness to him that, you know, we know somebody like that a little try hard. If only they were a bit more honest to themselves and to the situation, and it'd be all right. Ginger Bear, how you doing, bro? Georgia the Jungle, huh? I actually used to love that cartoon. Ginger, if you want, if you're at your desk, you can hit that link that I have pinned on the very top, and you'll jump to the desktop shot, and you can see more of the table and some of the stuff that I am messing with. And that goes for everybody. Everybody, anybody, everybody, everybody. I think the sugar from that cup of coffee is kicking in finally. Anku. Is this a medieval blacksmith dude? No, he is, it is medieval, but not a blacksmith. He is the captain, I guess, but he's a little chunky. The captain of his, the Men of Zorn, their military faction, or the protectors of this village. Trying to fill out the piece before I do a hero portrait of the guy. Ah, gotcha. Shh, I won't tell nobody that you're on the clock, bro. Yes, one of mine. Something I've been working on kind of willy-nilly that turned into something a little bit more than that, and now kind of gangbusters, and I'm trying to get everything out the way and on paper for reference in the kind of like a visual Bible, character sheets, that type of, not sheets, but hero portraits like I did. I don't like that beard. But yeah, these are mine. Maybe I should draw Katsu here next to him. He is thick. Sorry, excuse me. Nothing like a good old nose whistle on the mic. Not the type of ASMR that I'm looking for here. Oh, bing. No, I don't. You know, Rob has a cool one where he has like a wooden end. Look at these cheapos from Amazon. their excuse me, their holes are too big. I had to put tissue in here so I could jam the pencil. I found myself going back and forth, so now I just keep them both, sharpen them up, and be in here like Donatello swinging that bow staff. Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig it. Yeah, I like grabbing stuff from that other artists use. I bought a ruler because I thought Saboteur had it, and he didn't. He bought a ruler because he thought I had it, and I didn't. So I thought that was hilarious. But I like using my nautical ruler just because he doesn't have it. Wow. Scooching stuff over, man. I got so much crap. And I don't want my pewter to freeze on me, man. I was doing a stream the other day, and I was trying to use my phone, an old phone, and in the middle of the stream, the phone overheated. The toys, oh yeah, the toys. And it overheated, and the phone decided to shut off while I was still broadcasting. But I did buy the pencil because of Rob. Fellas, man, there's a female version from Roman Key. I don't know if it's out yet or if it's available. But I'm gonna keep refreshing that page. I'll let you know when it comes out. It looks amazing. It's super stylized though, so I don't know if it'll help that much. Very current anime-esque, if you know what I'm talking about. Not the sweet little one that. Not this one. Oh, the toys are out. That one. This one is cool. Did I show you this one? This is like the dummy 12, I think, or 21, 12, I think is one of those. It's 3D printed. It costs like $8. Comes with some really cool accessories. This might be my travel one because it's pretty firm. For something, if you just want a quick gesture and fat it out, that means fast start, fart it out. But yeah, we had this one. This was always our first one, ain't it? Remember when you get your G.I. Joes and their legs get loose, the hinges get loose, and you just, that's how I used to visually see them running. Run! Anyway. These are great. I think her body though is too small. If they had this figure in this one, in this size, what was my favorite toy and or action figure? I think the ones I played with the most were G.I. Joes, honestly. I get lost in that. Ooh, my gut. That's the, ooh, my gut. Oh. Ooh, my gut. Yeah, they get yoked up. I never really dug the Ninja Turtles action figures because they were just ugly, weren't they? But I didn't realize that they were modeled after the comics and not necessarily the TV shows. So when they would come out and I'm like, what the frick is wrong with their face? Transformers were dope. That's it. But yeah, that's really what it was. I had a Voltron. I had such a weird imagination. I had this GI Joe transport vehicle. It would hold the 2 in the cockpit, 4 in the back. It had a thing a little ship in the back and all that stuff. And it would always be damaged. So a lot of my imagination would be them fixing it. Fixing it and just like keeping watch. Cobra's out there, man. I pity. Oh, that makes him look shifty. We don't distrust him just yet. See, that's cool, man. I had the vehicles, the Voltron vehicles, and I thought they were fraudulent when I got them. I was so mad. It's not Voltron. Little did I know that it was, but also that it wasn't. The story about the vehicle Voltrons is actually really cool. The American production company that bought Voltron, they thought they had a gold mine, so they went to that same Japanese studio and said, "Hey, we want more of those," and they gave the name. And because of a clerical error, or even a naming, doesn't he look like John Fetterman? They sent the Voltron of the vehicles. I forget the name of it. And completely different story, completely different world. The vehicles was basically a global or galactic alliance of other planets, not just like where the lions. And so it was global. And the whole allure or the whole point was that the cars were interchangeable. They could always go to a different planet or a different associated planet and link up with a certain vehicle to fulfill the need they needed it for, right? To fight what they needed to. Oh, we need this type of a vehicle or this, that, and the other. It was bigger. It was interchangeable. Well, these cats in the U.S., when they popped in those VHSs or whatever it was, those files, and saw, oh, these aren't lions. This has nothing to do with what is this? And it was too late. It was too late. You break it, you bought it. It's yours. So they had to retrofit or just kind of like reverse engineer their story to match. So they rewrote all original and then spliced some characters from the Lions Voltron into the vehicle storylines that had nothing to do with it. Lemonade, right? You know what I like doing? My wife and I have this thing where we'll do something like that, a non sequitur, for something that just doesn't make sense. Or you guys remember Ron Burgundy when he just doesn't understand when what's her name, Amanda Corningstone says no, when in Rome, and he goes, yeah, continue. He has no clue. So my wife and I would say stuff like that when people figure out a way to get past a hurdle. Lemonade, as in making lemonade. Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. I think I made him too fat. Too fat. But then again, peace does that to people, doesn't it? Piece of chicken. Yeah, me too, DW. There's a show, I don't remember if it was on Amazon or it could have been Prime. One sec. Wilfredo. Holy moly, man. There's literally nobody. Nothing near 100 yards from the front of my house, and my dog's like, get back. Get back. That's my fault though. My dog's a COVID dog, meaning we got him during COVID, and we couldn't do nothing. You get a dog and as a pup, and all you can do is stay in the house. It's terrible. And even when we took him outside, you know. Anyway. Oh, he barks at a sniff of a person. But he's a good dog. Living down here in Florida. The people here, the salespeople here ignored no soliciting signs, so. But they don't ignore him. You're gonna walk past the no soliciting. You're gonna walk past the beware of dog. Okay. Good luck with that. That's not too bad, I guess. He's growing, right? And once all he was a face. Now he's a full face and a gut. freaking beards, man. What show was I beginning to talk about? On Netflix or Amazon Plus. It was a documentary on toys and TV shows, uh, and I forget that I'm gonna find it. I'll refind it in my history and I'll share it. But the story about Voltron is amazing. The story on Transformers is amazing. G.I. Joe. They did G.I. Joe, Transformers. They did, I'm trying to think. He-Man. The He-Man one is fantastic. I'm a nerd for that stuff, DW. We'll watch documentaries on behind the scenes on movies. Even if it's a movie I've seen a million times. Every DVD that I would buy when it was popular, I would watch with the commentary, with the documentaries. If you're ever having trouble sleeping, the best movie to watch with commentary is The Matrix Part 2, because the Honorable Dr. Cornel West is in that commentary, and not that he's boring, but the stuff that comes out of those people is boring as all get out. If you have trouble, I guarantee some heavy Z's, man. Well, Matrix 2 Reloaded, right? It was Reloaded with the Dr. Cornel West commentary. Like a baby. You wake up refreshed. You might even catch some of the stuff they talk about via osmosis. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Look at that. I don't want people to fall asleep. Speaking of falling asleep, we got the slow jazz kicking it. Excuse me. A little coffee. Alright, so shall we continue? Let's wake you guys up with some ASMR here. Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing alright.
Are you streaming?
Yes.
Okay.
You see the on-air sign?
I do see that on air. Looking good, Pops.
Appreciate you. Love you. Alright. Let's wake up here a bit. Yeah, man. Peace brings fat people and that. Wow. Alright. The one thing I really like about drawing lately on these artboards, when I first seemed like very restrictive, and they kind of are, you're not really gonna get a perfect line, but one of the things is the fact that you can't get a perfect line, that it encourages a bit of scribbling and more finding the form than anything else. So I'm just going to do another. This one's going to be a little bit more detailed, I think a little tighter, I hope, than that last piece. Again, these panel paintings are, I'm calling these my hero portraits, my my Marvel playing cards, right? These are the ones you get the that you want to collect, but it's also what's going to help me keep the intensity of my characters with me. If that makes sense. The Batman and Bane was on 11 by 17 Strathmore. Bristol board, Bristol paper, or comic book paper. But as I was drawing at D-dubs, I was looking at it like, man, I would really like to paint that. You know, and see if I can figure out how to, you know, figure out the color schemes off of nothing. What is it gonna be? Cold in the cave? Is it warm? Is there like the glow, the green glow of the venom in the tube? It's just really kind of like awakened all of these thoughts of possibilities, man. I've been going back and forth on either Bristol paper and these canvas boards, and it feels like I've been enjoying doing the canvas stuff more. I think it's always like intentional or random. I think it's intentional. I think it's just the way I envision the characters. She is always straightforward. She is always going to speak her mind. She is always the type to like I said, if there's a way to get into, if there's no way, she's gonna make a way. If there's a wall that has to get put through, she's gonna find it. Her brother is more of a tactician. He's more like he's watching. He's studying more than anything. Not that she is foolhardy or anything like that. She's not necessarily quick to judgment, but she's extremely emotional. She feels, in my opinion, the way I wrote her, that she's always at the edge of losing something or everything. You know, the last thing she saw 10 years ago is her dad holding back, being a stone holding back a wave of enemies to protect her and defend her and her little brother, and so that they can get to safety. That's all she knows, that's all she remembers, and that's all she wants to be. So yeah, I don't think it's random. Even if sometimes I'm not like really thinking about it, it's just how I see the characters before me. Is the brother, but the brother is not hiding anything. He's just more like he's not gonna. If he's hiding anything, it's gonna be more what he feels about you. He'll tell you when he needs to. If that makes sense. Good question, though. Or good observation, I should say. You know what's funny? My wife asked me a question earlier today. We was talking about art and all of this, and just kind of like the I shared with her what I mentioned about her and the family on Wednesday, and how appreciative is that the word, appreciative I am of their support, and how selfish it is to be an artist, fine art or otherwise. If this is the career you're going for, it's an extremely selfish, not just you personally, but the act of being an artist and art is selfish. It's something that demands and takes so much from us as creators and artists, that we give to a piece, to a painting, to a embroidery, whatever it is that the creator does, write music, sing, and how more often than not it unfortunately does not give back anyway. And then she said, are you happy? And it kind of threw me off, and I think my answer threw her off, because I said, no. Because I'm not thinking about happiness when I'm doing this. Happiness is a fleeting moment, and it's a fleeting emotion. Happiness is a second. Was what I said to her. I said I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm in the zone. I'm not even thinking about happiness or sadness or anything like that. I'm doing. I'm enjoying it. And I think enjoy supersedes happiness. Isn't that weird? Yeah. I don't know if that was like what the hell? Where did that come from, Mel? And I didn't want to make it seem like I was unappreciative or, like I said, what do you mean not happy? No, that's not what I mean. And I think we kind of like lose that, always looking for the pursuit of happiness. I don't know if that's what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm looking for. It was just a weird question, an honest question, and I appreciate it. And I don't know if it's right. Because I think happiness is a moment where if you enjoy it, you're in the process. It's more than that moment. It's the whole thing. It's the whole experience. And I think I'm enjoying the whole experience, the ups and the downs, and the ebb and flow of it all. The little failure, even the failures, even the, man, I can't draw that. Even the questions, all of it. And I don't know if enjoying all of those little bits equates to being happy. What do we know about being happy? Right? It's a weird question. It was, but it was an honest question. It was something I was like, "That's what's up. Thank you for asking." Because I think I wonder if she was wondering if maybe, you know what? She was wondering if I was happy. Well, aren't you drawing and doing this? And I'm like, yeah, man, I never in my life drawn this much on a daily basis, almost every day and weekends, doing things and creating. I've never written a story as like that before, like this before. I'm doing things that an artist has done since the beginning. And yeah, man, like, does it make you happy? Yeah, of course. I think I'm happy now. Now, this moment. But I'm enjoying the whole thing. I've enjoyed yesterday. I've enjoyed my down. I've enjoyed... It's interesting. It's interesting. I don't know what happened. I don't know what it means. But I do think we miss a lot of things for the pursuit of happiness. Because I think the pursuit of happiness is individual. Might be even selfish, if that's a thing. Is mine, is my happiness, but what I'm enjoying is sharing all of these things with you guys, with them, my family, my wife, my kids. Right? Anyway. It's Friday. I hope you guys are Friday. I hope you guys are Friday. I hope you guys are happy. Are you happy? Now with this video. Now with this live stream. Shoot. Draw, monkey. Dance. All I know is that this, what makes me happy is these moments, right? These singular moments. And one thing that I can guarantee to you guys, that I'm never going to be a character. This is it. And that makes me happy. That I can be myself and goofy and weird and all of these things with you guys. Alright, here we go. I've been using my gloves, but I think I might have to clean my gloves. They're a little filthy. Also, for my homies out there that draw superheroes, you gotta get a cape with a hoodie. Get a little Legolas action going on. That's why I don't like it. But just to clarify, I am not miserable. I am not miserable at all. Despite the struggles, despite any of it, despite all the questions of all the singular stuff that take our attention. Oh, am I gonna get? Is it this week I'll be monetized? Is it next week? Oh, it's another month. It's this, that, and the other, and all of life's questions. Not making money. My kids are supporting me. My wife is supporting me. And am I doing enough to show? To show who? To me? Am I doing enough to be an artist? Oh, I haven't drawn I don't think I've done any Lord of the Rings figure, except for Gandalf, of course. Who doesn't draw Gandalf? I'm gonna give him a crown here because that seems kind of like the motif of having Benison or Brimstone. So I'm gonna put that line there, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna commit. This is HB. No wonder, man. I was hoping for something darker to be. Great things are done by a series of small things. Vincent van Gogh. And not all things will be fun. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Fun. I need to ask, right? You artists out there, do you guys sharpen your pencils where there's nothing but the lead. I want to try that, but I don't draw that fine, and I don't know if it'll be beneficial to my style. So I was just wondering if that's. I've seen some artists do it. I wonder if I can put these in the wash. I think I have several gloves. Alright, let's find some light before I start. What I like about this eraser is that it's because it's kind of like you don't know why. Yeah. I don't draw that way. I think it's because they might draw on easels. I have a slanted desk behind me that I don't use that I would love to do. Love to use it. I mean, I paid $150 for it. Yeah, although I love a sharp pencil, I don't know if that style of sharpening would be beneficial to me. But we can try it. I don't give my school credit. I don't like mentioning them because they were fraudulent. But if I was to give them credit for anything, it would be for introducing me to charcoal. Because it has changed the way I drew and render forever. And I met some amazing people there. Two or three amazing people. Mainly two. Everybody else can go kick rocks. Oh, what is it? They could take a long walk off a short pier. It was so detrimental to my mental health, that place, that when I graduated, I didn't go to my graduation. I went to the Amazon rainforest restaurant instead and ate probably a cheeseburger, I can't even remember, underneath the animatronic panther. Is the Amazon rainforest restaurant, does it still exist? Was the teachers fraudulent or just the organization? The organization in a whole turned out to be fraudulent, even though they were tenured, and then my teachers were. It became, who do you know and what were you gonna do? I took to digital really well there. Photoshopping and photo bashing and manipulation and stuff like that. And ahead of a lot of people. And the head of the art department. This was I should have known. We were the second class period ever in the art course part. And to convince the dean of the school, they wanted to do that it was worth keeping. They wanted to do something, a piece in charcoal that not in charcoal. Sorry, I just read Ike's comment and it threw me off. They just wanted to put something digital to kind of like show what can be done, just like a not even a portfolio piece, like here, this is what can be done, and this is just the beginning. So I wish I would have kept it. It's so stupid. Anyway, the school I went to was the Catherine Gibbs School. I don't even think they exist anymore. So what I did was I took an old picture of Catherine Gibbs, Catherine Gibbs, and made her punk rock. Put a leather jacket, put spikes, put this, that, and the other. I mean, it was 1990s, right? 99, 97, 98. So they thought it was cool. So the head of the art course was like, if you do this for me and it blah blah blah, you won't have to worry about passing. And I knew then, I was like, this, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble if I have to rely on these people to get good. But I did it anyway. But I didn't care about his class, because at that point, his character was revealed to me. I didn't really pay attention to what anything he had to do or his guidance. But what it did do for me was allow me to go to any other class ahead of my class. So I used to go to the digital courses, the animation courses, and the modeling semesters before I was even eligible for it. And at that point, you're freaking thousands of dollars in. You're like, that's trash. Anyway, it is what it is. I learned digital, I learned charcoal, which I love. I learned a ton of the history and fell in love with all of these old poster artists and designers and the Leyendeckers and the Rockwells, reintroduced to Rockwell, who stole Leyendecker's style and kind of exploited the fact that Leyendecker was in a same sex relationship with one of his models, his main models, and at that time homosexuality was very frowned upon in that society. I mean, it's not like it's accepted even now, but then Leyendecker was horrified, frightened all the time that he was going to be outed. To the point that he feared that it was going to ruin his legacy. And he actually requested his artwork, his originals and his practices, to be destroyed. Can you imagine? To be destroyed, and some were. And the only images that we have in history of his practice pieces were found by accident. What a huge segue, huh? His stuff was found by accident. He had a. This is way after his passing. In one of the old places that he used to draw, one of his old studios, they had left his a chest, a drawer, a chest, right? Of all his work. They had forgotten about it, and some kids were playing around in the attic or wherever it was in that studio and found his artwork. What chance? What amazing chance. Alright, yeah, probably why you love Rockwell and Leyendecker, as they're similar. Horrible. Leyendecker went through that. I didn't know he wanted his work destroyed. Yeah, man, it's so sad. Such gorgeous figure and gesture. Yeah, to this day. And there's a very, if you look at his work, people really kind of pointed out, people kind of like, and I think a lot of people knowing that about him kind of project their own stuff into his artwork. Oh, you see with the eyes and this, that, and whatever. But the men, the figures in his artwork are all romanticized. But never in a way, you don't look at it, never in a way that seems exploitative. You can tell the guy that, the model that he prefers eventually. Eventually, right? And not just for posing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. But yeah, when I was reading about that, I was so like, man, how lucky are we that them kids found that stuff messing around? How lucky are we that his family never found that stuff? The other thing that messed me up with pulp covers and paintings, how unpopular they got, to the point that even the artists didn't want to get them back. And all the stuff that were destroyed, all those amazing original paintings from all of those old stories, destroyed. Oh, if I can go back in time, forget about talking to Lincoln. I'm hitting up New York, man, where they were dumping those artworks and going right back into the my terminus, man. Yeah, his work was amazing. Leyendecker. I'm getting a little Leonard Nimoy vibe on this. There you go, DW. A little Star Trek action for you. I hate that the lead, get that lead shine on it. I'm gonna go back real quick to what I said. Charcoal is great and annoying at the same time. Absolutely, it is. There's an artist right there on YouTube. I forget his name. I'm never gonna be when it comes to people's names, I'm never gonna be of help unless they did something really nerdy. I think he's the something charcoal. There's a charcoal's in the name of the artist. He's nasty with it. Where is my... Oh, it's already been 2. You know what? No rush. It's Friday. We hanging and banging. We getting them good vibes. I really do appreciate, bigly appreciate you guys hanging out with me. So just trying to find my way around these characters and putting them into life, bringing them to life. It's always fun. Mad Charcoal, thank you. Yeah, that dude is crazy. I only have a glimpse, a friggin' fraction of the type of skill that guy has. And I thought at one point, I always think something's gonna be my jam. I'll hit something in stride and be like, this is it for me. I found it. I always wanted to paint though. I found it very difficult. I still do. But I don't, I'm not discouraged anymore about it. I'm gonna do a little bit of underlighting there. I'm always nervous before painting, that's no doubt. But I don't get, I don't lose it over it like I used to, which was so uncalled for. Now it's all right. Now we're figuring it out. I need to, but what I need to do is really emphasize some of these shadows, because I might lose them when I put the when I put the fixative or even the acrylic underpainting. I'm not gonna get much light with this, but that's all right. Play with dimension, get a little shine on that coconut. Not like a little coconut shine. You know what he reminds me of? Leonard Nimoy's character in the Disney's what was it? Atlantis? Was that the name of it? You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. With Michael J. Fox. And they were this weird indigenous race. I think it was the lost city of Atlantis. Anything with Leonard Nimoy, I'm a fan anyway. He's from Massachusetts. I don't know if he's a Boston kid, but I know he's from Massachusetts. Also, Donnie Yen grew up in Massachusetts. Take that with you. Do with it what you might. Yes. Yes, he was the father, the king, that guy. I don't think he ever spoke English in that because they had their own language. He's got a Nimoy West Studi kind of vibe going. I don't want to give him pointed ears. And just making marks so I can flim flam some folds in there. Here he is. Calbray. The captain of Zorn. That's a big beard. A little stashy. He can't be too old, so I'm gonna give him some you know, it's almost like the last to go. A little dark right here. I don't know why I do this to myself. I have no idea now how I'm gonna paint this dude's beard. Who cares? Who cares? All right. There's no castle or anything in this village. They all hang at the inn where they all drink and hang out. And he usually sits in front of the hearth. Even though he does have a place, but that's usually where they hang out. And they make merry. I like the beady eyes. I like him sunken into with a bit of ale or a bit of mead for my captain. All right, so how about no throne, but you gotta have a chair, right? I don't know if that's gonna read. I might have to suspend that. But he's no pushover. I don't want him to look... That's the one thing I did not want. Even though he's heavy, he is not a pushover. These people are warriors. That's the eyelid, not the eye. Hudson tents? Who had Hudson tents? My peoples? No, not necessarily tents. They're not. It's not that far. In medieval, it's very undetermined time, but it's kind of like just cottages, inns, nothing too fancy. A lot of wood. Maybe this is the last bit of his hair that he uses to braid the. Alright, so if that is light, then we're gonna have to figure out a way to shine that. That's his arm. I don't want that to look like a collar or anything. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I add something there. Oh well. Doo-doo, doo-doo. You know what though, Deep Dubs? I'm gonna have to find some type of reference, really. It'll be more wood and mortar than anything, wood and mud. Not so much brick. But we'll figure it out. Like I said, I'm very into Hyborian Age. Like this type of stuff here where they are, they're wrestling. This might not be the best example, but a lot of heavy wood. Maybe kind of, no, I wouldn't say Game of Thrones. That seemed a little bit more. I'll have to figure it out. We'll see. But, yeah, spin prayers. Well, all right. I think I am good here. I'll probably keep noodling a bit. It's a little over 2 hours. I'm going to call it. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this Friday. Happy Friday to you guys. You guys made it worth it. Really did. DW, thank you for hanging out. Ike, Ginger, Jay Near, thank you for swinging through. Nick, Sabo. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to go and watch Peter Parker. Sad Peter Parker. Hopefully that movie's good. We're going to go watch Spider-Man Brand New Day over the weekend. Should be good, I hope. I've got to So, that said, thank you guys so much. I'm going to let the music play me out. That is Kel Bray, the captain. Hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello. Until next time, I'll draw you later. God bless you. Love you and mean it. Bye.